All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the WTCF podcast. It's Charlie here. I snuck away at work in one of these pods. So I'm going to talk a little bit quietly so I don't bother other people, but wanted it to go and share last week's intention. And maybe this is something that helped you. So my chance to reflect on it. So the quote is, what you seek is seeking you. So what the idea is that the thought processes and things that you do in your day to day reflect and come back to you. So if I went out and thought about it very simply, like if I told you that I bought a new red car, you might start to see more red cars on the street. It doesn't mean there are more. You might just start to think, wow, there's a lot of red cars because you're looking for it. So these things start to look for you. So whether that be in your actions, behaviors, thoughts, well, the more you spend on those things, the more that's going to kind of come back to you. So as you want to start to think about the different things that you want of this life, really be sure that you have this opportunity to set the intentions around what those things are. Because if you're starting to think about the wrong things or negative things or things that you don't, right? If I went ahead and said, don't think about pink elephants, you would start thinking about pink elephants potentially. Or for a lot of airline pilots, they would think, don't think about the mountains and say, don't crash into the mountain, don't crash into the mountain. The first thing that they'll do is they'll think about the mountain and they'll actually start to navigate towards it. So it's been some weird studies that kind of say like the importance and power of how our brain processes this stuff out. So that's why, when we're around certain people, certain groups, we can feel much more at home, right? Because we start to find these groups that have a very similar thought process to us. Maybe they have a lot of common ground, share some similarities. So all of those things kind of start to kind of come up as opportunities to build within that group. Now, I'm not going to say every single group that you join or be a part of is great, but your thoughts and your actions will kind of guide you towards those different things. So, again, really making sure that you set your intentions is really important because once those intentions are set, you start to kind of follow along the laws of attraction. So, the idea there is that like attracts like. So, if I hated a bunch of stuff, I'm probably not going to be around people who like a bunch of that stuff. Um, like for example, we'll just pick on soccer since it's soccer coach stuff. Um, I am not the biggest fan of sitting down to watch soccer, but I've been around soccer for now so long and around those groups that I've started to kind of recognize the other skill sets that come along with it and kind of looking at it at a new lens. So now I can find much more enjoyment of watching that thing. So now I'm starting to find more people around me, again, paying attention to the red car, starting to see that happen a little bit more around me. So again, using those laws of attraction, your thought process kind of will start to build this group around you. But then you still have to remember, spend time with five smokers, and you'll become the sixth. So if you really want to go ahead and start to seek some big changes in your life, the idea is to then start to find other people who match those similarities to what you are looking for. So what I write is, if you want to be smart, hang out with people you perceive as smart. If you want to be strong, hang out with people you perceive as strong. Like if you want to be nice, hang out with people you perceive as nice, and you'll start to pick up some of their characteristics because like will attract like, right? If you're seeking these things, they will kind of find you as well, and you'll start to kind of build and grow those things together. And it can be really, really just nice. So from there, as you start to go into your journey and learn more about what you're seeking, know that you have to keep yourself kind of open-minded and really, really patient. We expect hey, I started, it should be done by now, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be the case. So we can go out there and set our mind to doing something really, really great. Like I want to be around really great, ambitious people. And let's just say I'm finding it really tough to go ahead and find ambitious people. Well, what I could start doing is study and then set an intention. Well, how can I start to develop maybe one or two of those characteristics? What do ambitious people do? What is my definition of an ambitious person? And then start to behave a little bit more into that. And it's going to be a little bit easier to then kind of be noticed as somebody who's practicing and moving towards an ambitious style of life. So, again, it might not happen immediately. And that's one of the things that we have to go ahead and seek some patience in. And then also know that if the groups that we are looking for don't seem to materialize, if they're not there, it means that we kind of have to start them ourselves. So other support groups don't just exist. Somebody got together and got the idea and started bringing these people together. So as we start to kind of build our own support structures and different groups that we want to go ahead and learn from, continue to keep an open mind and try to be invite these other people in because they're no different when it comes down to they're probably seeking something as well, and your group might be able to help them through it. So that's one of the big pieces that I really find helpful for We the Collective is not necessarily it's the same like-minded people, but these people who want to be a part of a community that wants to improve, who wants to make the neighborhood a little bit better, who wants to be involved in doing difficult things and kind of pushing a lot more than just themselves forward to be able to help others. So that's why we want to pair with nonprofits like Cradles to Crayons, and we work with Rescue Bird and trying to build a community that's not just so focused in on the physical fitness aspect of it, but again, it just becomes a part of it. So when we start to build into that group, so you can go ahead and share your journey, your goal, the things that you are striving for, and know that the people around you are going to try their best to go ahead and help you get as far as you can into that. And in return, you should help others get as far as they can go. So hopefully, this is something that kind of helps you out. What you were looking for is looking for you. And as you radiate this energy that you seek, the uh, reciprocity, I can never pronounce that word right, the reciprocal of the universe works its magic. Reciprocity, there's the word. That's what I wanted to go ahead and say. The reciprocity of the universe will work its magic. So again, the more you think about these things, they're going to play into more of your actions. Your actions become your behaviors become who you are. So hopefully that's something that can kind of help you on your way. Good luck.